Welcome to Trivial 10. My name is Jordan Halverson. This week, Oklahoma. I have with me some very special guests. I have Jack and Esther Roberts from Oklahoma. And I'm so sorry for doing that.
No,
Esther, do you want to start by introducing yourself?
I am Jordan's little sister. I work at the OU College of Medicine as an administrative assistant.
And you administrate the heck out of that, don't you?
Oh, thank you. I don't, but it's okay.
She's being humble. She does.
I know. And who are you?
Well, I'm Jack Roberts. I am Esther's husband. Unfortunately, Jordan here is stuck with me as a brother-in-law.
I love it.
Currently, I am a law student at Oklahoma City University and co-owner at Any Lab Test Now franchise in the DFW area and East Texas area.
Shameless plug if you do need a test. Any test now.
Any lab test now.
You plug the website for us.
AnyLabTestNow.com.
I was going to go with that. That's probably it.
It's, the people, corporate is very creative. I won't lie.
I love that. Awesome. All right. Well, Esther, you want to get us started?
Yeah. Okay. So first fact is the first Girl Scout cookie was sold in 1917 by the Mistletoe Troop in December. They are not what we picture today, though. They just did a cookie sale in a high school cafeteria as their service project.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is, I did not know that at all. That is absolutely trivial, too.
Yeah.
1917. They've been around a while.
Yeah, they were established 5 years before that. I did some research. And it was actually in Georgia, but they did sell their first cookie here. So, I mean, in Oklahoma.
In Oklahoma, yes. You got to remember, we're live in Texas.
Second best state in the union. Let's be real here.
Yeah.
Oklahoma is probably the best.
Oh, wow. That's a claim that's going to make a lot of people unhappy.
In my defense, I am a native Texan.
Yes. In
But
your
just
defense.
just remember, next time you eat a Girl Scouts cookie, you can thank Oklahoma for it.
Yeah, you know what? I've got a single tag-along left in my pantry right now. So when I go and enjoy that later today, I'm going to think about Oklahoma.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
And think that the Girl Scouts were actually founded in 1912, it sounds like. The year the Titanic went down.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a bad omen.
We got some good things and we got some bad things.
That's right. All right.
So number 2, the first shopping cart was invented by,
Sylvan.
Sylvan N. Goldman of Humpty Dumpty and Standard Food Market in Ardmore, Oklahoma, and unveiled on June 4th in 1937. He called them folding basket carriers, very creative and descriptive, and invented them so people would buy more. People were hesitant to use them, and so he literally paid people to walk with them and fill them up.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have a picture of one?
I don't think
We're
so.
gonna put a picture.
We
We
gotta
can
find
Google
one.
it.
We're going to put a
But-
picture of that in here.
Yeah, I think also people were hesitant to use them, like other store managers, because they were afraid they would run into each other with them, and they were going to have traffic.
And you know what? That actually happens.
Yeah.
And some grocery brawls have happened.
It's
What brawls have you seen?
You've got like two moms with full baskets. Have you ever seen the mom with two baskets? And she's pushing two, or she's pulling and pushing. This is maybe a 90s kid thing, but like that many groceries.
I don't think anybody's doing that right now.
No, that's probably not happening. But I remember going to the Winn-Dixie and seeing people like, well, no, you go for it. No, you go for it. And then there was a bit of like angst and anxiety about who would. So I think that's a real thing.
No, I
Those
do
are not
get
unfounded
stressed going
thoughts.
around those corners.
Yes. Yeah. You don't know who you're going to run into.
Yeah.
And you don't want to run into the wrong person.
As a guy who ran into unique people at Walmart, I can vouch. There are some people you just don't want to run into.
Amen. Dude, there's so much truth to what you just said. There are people at Walmart you just don't want to run into. That is, I don't know if you're going to drop any more greater truth bombs today than that, because Walmart is a very strange place.
If you ever want to see just how unique Walmart is, just go to, I think it was called peopleofwalmart.com, where you just see these
I've heard of
random
this.
photos of people. For the longest time, I truly believe they need a restaurant there for me to just sit and just watch the people of Walmart go by.
They have a Subway and McDonald's at certain locations. So you could do this.
could.
Okay, my wife will get offended because she loves Subway, but Subway barely counts as food. I'm sorry.
That is not meat.
It's not. It is not real.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a good thing that I love Subway,
Hey,
but I do. It's true. Okay?
It's a guilty pleasure.
Don't touch me.
Man, when I was a kid, I will not judge you, but when I was a kid, I thought that was the premium of fast food.
No.
Yes, I saw my friends would bring it. They put it in a plastic bag where you can see it. It is 12 feet long. It is the special artisan bread.
Oh, yeah.
In my mind. This is in my 12-year-old mind.
Yeah.
And I was going to get full off of that sandwich. In fact, if I got full before if I was halfway done, another meal right there in the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cookies.
Oh, the cookies.
The
But if
cookies.
you go there now, you're like, oh, this is all like a easy bake oven situation.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
And this really isn't good for me.
The cheese is also fake. I think I don't.
Cheese,
I
and
don't
the
know
bread
what
used
that
to have
cheese
turf
is.
in it, right? The bread used to have some sort of some sort of plastic in the bread. Yeah.
Oh.
And so it wasn't real food. Like actually, it wasn't real food.
I'll have to do research on that. I
Yeah.
might have to stop eating Subway.
If we are slandering you, Subway, I'm sorry. I know that you've changed the bread situation, and you made my 13-year-old dreams come true when I finally got to go to Subway. But I think at this point, I'd rather go to Jimmy John's, dude. I love Jimmy John's.
But it's expensive.
Yeah.
But at least it's real.
But at least it's real.
And let us state for legal reasons, this is not defamation, but rather just our own opinions.
Thank you very much.
From the law student.
The opinions expressed on Trivial 10 are not that of the corporation Trivial 10. Okay. So, anyways, we spent way too much time talking about things that weren't about the subject. But I want to touch on one more thing you said. You said he kept making them because he wanted people to buy them, right? Was that the statement?
No.
He wanted people to buy more.
He wanted people to buy more. What now that's an entrepreneur right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, why did they make them? I was really curious. And then he was like, oh, I just want people to buy more. And I was like, oh,
That's
I
honest.
actually really like baskets. And now I'm like, I feel dumb.
You bought into it. But hey, they're super helpful. You're
They
buying
are.
$250 worth of groceries. Are you going to carry those around like an idiot?
Yeah.
Well, isn't that only 5 things these days?
What? Yes.
Fact number three.
Okay.
I'm sorry about this. Okay. Oklahoma City is the only capital in the U.S. with working oil wells. So
Awesome.
they're all around. They're scattered around, and I drive by a working one on the way to work sometimes if I come
On
from
the
a certain
Capitol
direction.
grounds?
Yeah. Well, it's not on the Capitol grounds, but it's in the Capitol, like in the city. They have a bunch of them in the city.
Oh, yeah. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
That's
it's
awesome.
actually only like a block. It's not even a block away from the Capitol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not what you think. It is actually really small. And it's actually fully functioning, but it's the smallest oil thing you'll ever see.
And it's just a little rig thing.
Yeah.
going?
Basically,
That's we got to find out what those are called. And if you are somewhere where this doesn't happen, we will put a photo of this exact one in the
I think
video.
it's just an oil well,
Just
Yeah.
an oil well.
right? I think. I don't know.
That is so cool that they're around the city, though. But that is so Oklahoma
Yeah.
in my thoughts. Like in Texas, too, you think of oil, but same with Oklahoma in my mind.
now for the next trivial thing, this might.
And what number is this?
This is number 4.
Perfect.
I did. I put it in.
Okay. Sorry, I had to check. We changed these a little bit before we came in. But the first tornado warning was on March 25th, 1948. Wow. In OKC, minutes before a huge tornado, and no lives were lost because of this. And can you guess why this is, and why they were the first ones to really build one out?
Oh, yeah, because it's in the center of Tornado Alley.
Basically,
Yeah.
per square mile, Oklahoma has the most tornadoes than any other place in the entire world.
I believe it. I
Yeah.
believe it. And I see it on the weather. I mean, you guys are, the border's an hour away from us?
Yeah.
And I always see the storms are coming through here, and it's always like, well, these are baby storms compared to what's about to hit Oklahoma, and it's always like that.
So my first tornado, it was when we first moved to Oklahoma. Me and Esther weren't married yet; we were engaged, and I was just finishing my first day, and I took a nap. And I wake up to probably 10 or 20 text messages from my friend texting me to check on me. Turns out I had slept through my first tornado it was only a couple
man.
miles away, if that.
You missed it?
I know, sad. You can't miss your first tornado in your new state.
You have to
Yeah.
bring all your belongings into the bathroom, and
Oh.
it's an event. I mean, at least that was for me. Whenever we had a tornado warning in Grapevine,
Yeah.
I would take like the dogs.
And that's in Texas.
Yeah. I I would take the dogs. I would take my favorite pillow. I would take like my portable DVD player because that was big.
Yeah. I remember that.
I would take everything that was important to me and put it in the bathroom.
Yes.
And
You're
it was
right.
fun for me.
Yeah, and I guess it doesn't really mark you with trauma. It's something you know is coming up as like in March, April, May. We had weather come through a couple nights ago, and it's like, okay, potential for a tornado. Okay, so we know where we're gonna go. We know where the flashlights are. This year, hopefully, the well house doesn't blow away because I actually built a real one, and so
Blew away.
Yeah, the last one, it literally, and it wasn't even a tornado. It blew away in like 80-mile-per-hour winds, and in defense of this sad little shed, this well house, it was a Rubbermaid well house, and so I decided I needed actual wood out of the next one.
Probably.
But anyways, my whole point is, if you live up there, I remember my cousin and my brother going to do a cleanup at a huge one in the 90s. I think it hit more. And it was massive, and people from churches from all over the country sent teams, youth teams, to go help. So.
More is huge for tornadoes. Like in Oklahoma City, even they don't have bunkers in all of the houses, but in Moore, like it's almost like guaranteed that they have them in the houses because they're so common just there.
That's crazy.
No, we went to a few open houses, and they each show like bunkers in the Moore houses. Like they gave us tours of them to show, hey, this place is well prepared.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like,
that would bring me comfort.
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
No,
I
it's
wouldn't mind
great.
one here, but that's incredible. So more, you touched on something I just want to address. More tornadoes per square. Do you say per square area or
Per square mile.
Per square mile of tornadoes in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's insane.
So Oklahoma holds a few good records. Well, we hold a few records.
Let's say, hey, whether you determine those are good. I mean, if you're a storm chaser, that is good.
A lot of people in Oklahoma are, I think.
Oh, I bet as
Yeah.
a side hobby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome.
All right.
All right.
Not awesome.
Next
awesome.
yeah.
It's
Oh, no,
something.
It's a fun
Let's
hobby.
just say it's something.
Yeah, right.
Okay, here's the next one. This one's a little spicy.
And this
But
is
I
number
just-
5?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This is number 5. It's not. I don't know if it's spicy, but it's just it's
spicy.
interesting. Okay, so Oklahoma comes from 2 Choctaw words, and it was funny because I was looking around on like websites to figure like, okay, what 2 words? Like, because it was being kind of weird about it, and I was like, okay, cool, from 2 Choctaw words, and so it comes from Okla, which means people,
Okay.
which is great. Humma means red.
Red people.
Yeah. So I
It makes total sense.
but one of these, like one of the websites was really careful with it. They didn't even say what 2 words it was because I think that makes people, I don't know, it's disrespectful to call like Native Americans like red people. So
yeah, if they don't want to be called, but if they call themselves that, I don't know.
I don't think they do. I don't know if
don't-
it was. I don't know if Americans used it and came up with it with their own words, or I don't know how it came about. But there was one more thing before I move on. Is that I think it's almost worse that one of the other ones was like it didn't want to say what 2 words it came from.
Yeah.
But it said it loosely means Native American people. And
Loosely means.
And I was like,
What does that
that's
mean?
very loose.
That
It does
is-
not mean that.
That's interesting. Yeah, because I get a little bit like whitewashing history makes me a little bit nervous because we need to know also that stuff happened so we can remember that it happened. And if it's like the Washington Redskins, the football team,
Yeah.
that was named after a tribe, and they loved that name. They had pride in that. It
Yeah.
was like the Blackfoot tribe or something like that, and that or no, that was the name of the chief that's on the helmet. And they are suing to have the Indian head put back on the Redskins and have the name changed again.
They're suing for that?
Yes, you should look this up.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
see that
interesting.
case.
There's a lawsuit. It's like we're being so overly sensitive now that we're removing historical things, and that's we probably should have checked with that tribe before we removed them from the football team.
Yeah.
helmet. So I just think there's a balance there, probably.
Yeah.
Like if there's and we could go down that road, but I just think there's a lot of products and a lot of things being removed right now because we're all getting triggered over. We're all overly sensitive.
I agree with that. In 2020, people had too much time to think, so they started thinking about a lot of things that just didn't need to be thought of.
Yeah, it didn't need to be done. And I think that's also a sign of a people that has things too good is when we start tearing ourselves apart based on history, and there's things that still need to be corrected and rectified and redeemed, and that's okay. But let's not tear down our entire society and tear each other apart. But that's my soapbox for today.
But no, yeah, I do want to say about that. Like, I think it is funny though. It's a good example of that, how uncomfortable people were with writing what words they were.
Yeah, that's true.
And I mean, if it comes from two Choctaw words, it was probably named by people who are Native American. So,
yeah, right?
I mean,
That's a good point.
It's just funny how they were really weird about it. A lot of websites didn't want to say what they were. I just thought that was interesting.
That is interesting, and why take that away? Yeah, like you said, those are Choctaw words.
Yeah.
Like your words, we're not going to use because they're too offensive for us to use about you.
Yeah.
Your words.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Yeah, I know.
Shut up and stop. Anyways, did you you look like you had something to say.
No, I was just debating. It's like, we're going down a rabbit hole. It's like, not sure where we should take this or what to comment on, because you are right. We are kind of a unique time period, especially with social media wanting to blow things up.
Yep.
And honestly, there is money in causing controversy. There is money in controversy.
Believe you. Yeah, I believe you 100%.
Oh, yeah.
And just even the Congress people that are in power now that want to be on social media and camera with the 24-hour news cycle all the time. And they love it. So the reason they're there is not for their constituents. It's to build their brand.
Oh, yeah.
And that's scary.
Oh, yeah. People in America are scary.
No, I'm not sure how much we want to get into this, but you are absolutely right. It's like I've worked on a few campaigns now, and a lot of people build their brand on certain issues and sometimes don't want these issues resolved because their whole brand relies on it.
Oh, yeah. I heard that from, like, someone in government one time. I listened to a speech that he had, and we were asking him questions, like, how do you decide what people talk about or what you argue about in the Senate or whatever they were doing? And he was like, unfortunately, we fight over the tiny things we don't agree on, even though we could agree on the big things that are important.
And everything just gets gridlocked.
Yeah.
But yeah, we really took a
we did.
detour on that. And I'm happy we did because we got to say some things that need to be said.
Anytime you talk to us, we're going to have a detour because both of our brains just go in so many directions.
It's true.
Same with your host.
But we can move on to number 6.
Excellent. Let's go.
Now, this one's very exciting from that last topic. In Bristow, Oklahoma. Is that Bristow?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not the best reader at times. It is against the law to serve water to a customer unless one peanut in a shell is served along with it. And get this, the punishment can be up to a whole, you guessed it, $5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so weird. I don't even know.
I want to go there and I'm going to see, like, if they hand me a peanut with my water, and if they don't, I'm going to call the police.
Yeah. Listen, I did not get my peanut.
With a shell on it.
With the shell. If it comes deshelled, defrocked.
It's against the law.
Wow, that is so... why is that a law?
I didn't look that deep into it.
We need to find out why this happened. But it's Bristow?
Yeah.
Or is it Bristow, Oklahoma?
Honestly, I'll tell you this. Anytime you look up a law... Sorry, honey, were you going to say something?
No, you're married. It's okay.
No, anytime you see a random or an obscure law, I can promise you there was some weird reason.
Yeah, I believe that.
Courts will hear the strangest cases. I won't lie to you.
Yeah, no, I think that's true. And the only reason there is a law for that, no one came up with that randomly. There was a situation where someone did not get a peanut with some power or money or both and made it happen. Like, I am going to get my unshelled peanut. Yeah. Peanut.
Peanut.
Whatever that just was, I apologize. But anyways.
It's a different kind of Southern. I don't know where that came from.
That's a different kind of
That's
Southern.
Mississippi Southern, I think.
I reckon.
Oh. Yeah.
We love you, Mississippi.
I think it's Bristow.
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 We're coming down from Bristow. I don't know. I'm sorry, Bristow, Oklahoma. I'm sure you're amazing.
Yeah. Let us know how you're supposed to say
In the comments.
In the comments, yeah. All you people from Bristow watching, let us know.
We're going to kill you.
This escalated quickly.
Yes. Okay. So, number 7. I'm going to move on a little bit.
Yeah, we probably should. Probably should do some editing there.
In Ponca City, a tornado once picked up a house with a couple in it.
Oh no.
No, but no, it's okay because
This has a
listen,
happy ending.
keep going.
Oh,
Keep going.
finally.
The walls and the roof were blown off. It's still going to be okay.
Wait, the walls and the roof?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the walls and the roof,
All missing.
but the floor remained.
The floor remains. So the walls and the roof. Oh, I thought you said the walls in the roof, and I was like,
The
help
walls
me,
and the roof.
Help me understand this. So the
Was the
floor
ceiling?
remained. Yeah, you mean the ceiling?
No, the floor. Just the floor was left.
Yeah, okay. The floor remained. But miraculously, the couple like floated down on the floor and they landed safely on the ground.
That is divine intervention.
Isn't that
if I've ever
amazing?
heard of that.
God really had some plans for those people.
No joke. I want to know what happened to them after
Yeah,
this.
what did they
I
do with the
know.
rest of their lives?
Oh, wow, that's
Maybe that's a little too deep for this.
It's like a fairy tale story. Like they lived happily ever after. You don't know. I mean,
Of course they
yeah,
did.
they could have.
So it actually pulled the floor up with them. So this is probably a wood floor or like a pier and beam house. It's not a concrete slab, obviously, because the floor floated up with them.
Yeah,
Probably.
I'm just trying to envision
No, yeah,
it.
it's probably like a wood. I imagine like a wood floor or something.
And it just took them up, sucked everything away, and then
yeah.
they glided back
yeah,
down
they glided down
on the
God,
wings of angels.
I know, it's amazing.
Wow, that's really cool. Where was this?
Ponca City.
Ponca City.
Ponca City.
I don't think there's an
I'll
S
be-
at the end of that. It's Ponca City.
Yeah, I think yeah.
I think the
Sounds like there's a
Ponca City.
Who is coming up with these cities' names?
I think a lot of them are actually, I think it's like tribes and stuff. I don't know.
And some of them, I think it was just like that one couple in the Land Rush just came and got it, and they were like, "This is going to be
Ponca.
Poke. It's going to be Poke.
Ponca City.
Ponca City, Oklahoma.
But I guess we should move on to number
Eight. Number
Okay.
8.
Now, Oklahoma has an official state meal decided in 1988 by the House Concurrent Resolution 1083. It consists of black-eyed peas, chicken fried steaks, okra, squash, corn on the cob, cornbread, barbecue pork, biscuits, sausage gravy, grits, strawberries, and pecan pie.
It just keeps going.
Yeah. This is a Southern meal. This is a full Southern meal.
Oh, that's a day of meals also.
I know.
This is considered just one meal.
This is the meal.
I mean, I love it. I'm not hating on it. It sounds amazing, except for the squash. X-nay, the 13, the squash.
What?
I'm not a squash fan. But
I'm
no.
not a grits fan.
What's that?
Grits.
Grits?
Grits.
If you put butter and brown sugar, isn't it basically cream of wheat or oatmeal?
I don't.
It's a little
Grits make
lumpier.
me uncomfortable.
They make you uncomfortable.
Yeah. I have a texture
We're
thing.
just going to accept that.
They are lumpy.
Yeah.
Whereas cream of wheat is not supposed to be.
No.
That sounds good.
I don't like cream of wheat either. That's another thing. I don't know.
You don't?
Yeah.
We're going to have to
I
ask you
used
to
to
leave.
love it.
The door's right over there.
I'm sorry.
But you used to like it.
Yeah.
Interesting. Can I confess something here?
I'm scared. What is
Publicly.
it?
I, born and raised in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Never had pecan pie until like 2021.
Really?
I avoided it because it looked disgusting to
No.
me. And then somebody, I think it's probably my wife, who's shout out to you, baby. You've had me try a lot of things.
You're
like I
pretty
hated
great.
potato salad. I didn't try potato salad until I got married. But anyways, and hers is the best. But pecan pie is miraculous. It is heavenly. It is the finest
No.
of the pies.
So, unpopular opinion, and this might remove my Southern title,
Yeah.
but pie is overrated as a dessert.
He doesn't like pie.
I
Any
don't.
pie.
Okay. I can see that before I had chocolate cream pie?
Have you had French silk pie?
French silk pie.
What in good Southern name is that?
Amazing.
It's chocolate in a pie.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Chocolate pie.
There's a place in Roanoke, Texas, downtown called Oak Street Pies, and I don't mind plugging it, but they have most incredible pies. So if you have a chance to go there, you can get it by the slice or a giant pie.
Also,
Yeah.
in Dallas.
Tell me.
Emporium pies.
Emporium.
Pie.
Okay, cool.
You
We'll
know,
plug them
I
too.
think I went there with you one time.
I think you did.
by the slice
didn't like
also.
it.
You didn't like it.
Yeah, but we were dating, so he wouldn't tell me that.
Oh, this is awesome, baby. I love it. So you just don't like pie. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's just not my favorite.
Are you a cake guy?
Yes,
You're a cake guy.
I love cake.
Okay.
I don't like pecan pie though.
But I think
I like most pie, but not pecan pie.
I don't blame you. I only liked it for 3 years now.
I think it's another texture thing. It's goopy. I don't like it.
But the goop is so
The goop
good.
is so good.
So good. But that was the whole meal. That meal sounds good besides the squash. I like black eyed peas. Did you have more to say on that?
no, I had one question. This might be the most controversial question.
Oh.
Is it pecan or pecan?
Oh, pecan.
Pecan.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
For years, I said pecan.
Pecan.
Pecan. I don't know who says that.
I did for a long time.
Did you? Maybe it's an East Texas thing.
I,
You are from Tyler,
I
correct?
am.
You say almond. Is that? I don't think that's Texan. Do you say almond?
No, almond. Pecan.
I say almond.
That must be an East Texas thing.
I don't know. So fun fact. Besides Oklahoma, fun fact about me. So when I was little, I had like a speech impediment, so I had to go to speech therapy for a long time.
Yeah.
And I did not speak like most of some of my friends or my siblings.
Yeah.
I had I didn't sound Southern half the
So
time.
a lot of
okay.
his friends and a lot of family members have a little bit of a twang, but he has like a straight up like American accent.
Okay, I can actually hear that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And but I think a lot of people in East Texas do have an accent as compared to Dallas Fort Worth, even.
Yes.
So I can see
Most
that.
definitely.
I was talking to a client the other day, and he was like, "You are not from Texas." He was like, when did you move to Fort Worth?" And I was like, "No, I was born and raised here, but I'm in the city. I'm not in West Texas. I'm not in East
Oh, yeah.
Texas. But I've been told by my wife that sometimes if I'm around people with accents, it comes out."
I do that too.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, whenever I'm around like our family or around Jack's family, I will like get a little bit of a twang when I say things.
The East Texas
and
twang?
I can't do it like
Yeah.
on command. Like I don't know how to do it, but some words I will say like with a twang.
Yeah.
But yeah, in DFW, like it's just it's a city, so like it's just
It's kind of diluted.
It's weird.
The accent has diluted here probably over decades.
Yeah.
But we just don't have one. I think I would call it just a general American. Yeah, I don't. Maybe there's somebody in the Northeast right now that's rolling, laughing, and they're like, "Yes, you do have an accent."
No, me and my family, when I was little, took a trip to California, and we said y'all one time. They said, y'all are from Texas. And they just immediately said it.
y'all.
That's true. I use y'all all the time.
Yeah,
Y'all.
I do that.
They're the northern states plus the western states, I guess.
Yeah.
I did not have a good geography teacher. I had to picture my head for a second.
We'll get you a map.
Thank you. They laugh at our accents so much, or our voices.
Oh, that's okay. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
Because I laugh at theirs too.
Valid.
Fact
Yeah.
number 9.
Oh,
Sorry.
Esther's keeping us on track.
I am trying.
I'll just say one more thing on
yes.
that.
Oh,
When I
yeah,
talk to
no.
people on the phone from New Jersey or Massachusetts,
Yeah.
I know New York, I know immediately where they're from. Vermont,
Yeah.
Maine.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And they're like, "You have an accent." I'm like, "You do too, buddy."
New Yorkers and people from really anywhere in the state of New York have the strongest accents. I worked with a few on a job one time. I was like, y'all's accent is they're mine, but it's so strong up there.
Yeah.
deeply ingrained in their voice and everything.
Yeah.
Like there's I was listening to a podcast and I can't even say the word like the way that he was saying it. It was like because he was saying because.
Yes.
Because.
Okay.
And I
Yeah.
was like, dang, I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
It's
Well, we
just
love
in
you
there.
up there.
We do.
But you do sound different.
And
you
it's
just need
cool.
to know that. Yeah, it is cool. It is so cool that we live in a country so broad and like just diverse as far as
Yeah.
that goes, or diverse, however you want to say it, that there's accents from all over. And you can tell from people even from the Great Lakes area, from Chicago
Yeah.
and Buffalo. They all have like these interesting accents. I think it's really neat, actually.
A lot of people talk about going to different countries and stuff like, oh, what's on your bucket list? Like, where do you want to go? And I'm like, I just want to travel like throughout America a lot because
Yeah.
we have so much here and you don't even need a passport. You could drive to so many places.
Oh yeah, and there's all the state parks also. There's so many beautiful places here. So before you hop on a plane
Yeah.
to England or wherever, no, I
No
mean I
kidding.
think that would be because of all the history there.
No, I lived there.
Yeah,
I lived
right.
there for I
Yeah.
loved it. It was great.
No,
Yeah.
we were admired for our national state parks. I think we were like the first country to do
Yeah.
something like that.
Teddy Roosevelt
Yeah.
established it, I believe, in 1917, and it was Yosemite.
And
I
I
love
thank that
his-
man every
Yeah.
day. I love the national parks.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite place on earth is Rocky Mountain National Park. So if you ever have a chance, go there.
All
but
right.
anyways,
Number
I'm so
9.
sorry, I derailed number 9.
No, it's great. So Oklahoma has produced the most astronauts, like fully fledged astronauts,
Dude.
Of any
one.
U.S. state. So as
Yeah.
of 2020, 7 had originated from Oklahoma.
That is so cool. I would have never guessed that.
No, me either. Like, I
Ever.
mean, I don't. Yeah, they went through all the schooling and everything. I mean, I don't know what's involved in that, but I'm sure it's a lot. But yeah, 7.
That's amazing.
I remember seeing this fact on Facebook, and I remember this one comment cracked me up.
Yeah.
I didn't remember it until she brought me this fact and says, "What did Oklahoma do to these people to make them want to hate or so much they wanted to leave it?"
They had to go to space to get away.
Right? What did Oklahoma do to these people? Like, it takes a lot of effort to get into NASA itself, but to go to space,
Yeah.
that's so much more. And Oklahoma was... I love Oklahoma, but it was so bad to these people, they went the extra mile to get as far away as possible.
I love that so much. And if you think about it, it's kind of in the DNA of Oklahoma. A lot of those people that did the land grabs and they went out and when the government offered it for like $5 an acre or 30 cents an acre, these were people that were full of grit and adventure.
Yeah.
And they came out and they took this land and they bought it, or it was granted to them just so they would go and take the land. And you've got to have some big balls to go do that, to do
Yeah.
something like that. So there's adventure in the heart of people of Oklahoma.
I like
would
this
say.
idea a lot better.
Yeah. Mhm.
We're the adventurers of the U.S.
Yeah.
We are the first ones that'll go to the new places, and we're the first one. What does Star Trek say? What
To
is that?
boldly go
Yeah.
where no man has gone before.
We have one more.
Yes.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Number 10.
Now, this is probably one of my favorite ones because, fun fact maybe about me, I love living in a capital, especially one that doesn't cost an arm and a leg.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Like Austin.
yes. Actually, I can barely say I love visiting there. I get scared to drive there half the time.
Oh, in Austin?
Yeah, the
yeah,
traffic
it
there
is
wild.
Yeah.
But I digress. Oklahoma City has not always been the capital of Oklahoma. It used to actually be Guthrie. They moved it to Oklahoma City in 1910 to establish their power and visibility nationwide. Now, we both tried to research why that was, but no one could explain to us. They just said for visibility and power. And there wasn't much
Interesting.
detail besides
No,
that.
they had like a vote. And
Yeah.
and so Oklahoma City won over Guthrie by 50,000 votes. But I don't know why they were voting on it. I was like, why would you vote to move your capital?
That's a good question. My thought also, did they not become a state in 1910? Is that the same year of statehood?
I don't know.
Actually, I think it was around that time, yeah.
Yeah, because it
They
was like,
aren't
it's
an
weird.
old state.
Exactly.
Oh,
It was
I
a
didn't
territory
know.
for a long time.
It was that recent.
Yeah.
No, remember, and actually, the capital. If you come to Oklahoma, you'll see like the dome the dome part of it.
Yeah.
That was only put up in the past maybe a couple years.
Five to 10
Oh,
years.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was a huge controversy, but yeah, no, fast 5 to 10 years they put it up.
Oh, why did they add it?
It was originally supposed to be added. So they had a whole new project built to remodel and update it because it was just so very old at the time, and they had to do a lot of rewiring. And they was originally supposed to have it, if I recall. And they said, "Well, let's just go ahead and budget for this and do this."
Yeah.
And they put up the dome, and I'll tell you, it kind of reminds me. It's similar to the Austin Capitol too, but
Yeah.
smaller. It
Yeah.
is much smaller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's fun to go to. They have a little mini museum in there, and it
Yes.
talks about the dome and like how it used to be Guthrie and stuff like
Yeah.
that.
That's cool. I'm trying to remember where Guthrie is. I'll put that on the map here.
It's like a little bit north, I believe. I want to go there because apparently it's a really cute town with like a lot of history, obviously. So I want to go there eventually.
You're going there next Friday.
All right.
We have a double date with some friends.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Well, let me know how it goes.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, guys, thank you so much for sharing about your adopted home state, Oklahoma. I'm sorry.
Which Jack has really taken ownership of.
Yeah, I love that. I've always loved Oklahoma. We had friends, so we would go there every year or every other year up to Ardmore or Perry, and we'd go see that beautiful state. I do love it.
See, I grew up in East Texas. I'll just say this and we can end it. I'm sorry, but I have
No,
to say,
bring it.
I
Yeah.
loved East Texas because I loved all the trees. We had roses, trees, flowers.
Yeah.
When I moved to Dallas, it was kind of weird. It was a concrete city, and people might disagree with me that Dallas isn't that type of concrete. It's not a concrete city because it's usually that goes to like New York or places like that.
Yeah.
But I miss the trees. And OKC has, it's not it doesn't have the most trees, but it has a lot more trees, and they care about the beauty of it. And so I just love, and they have so much hiking trail, so much beautiful land.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And like I stayed at Beaver's Bend. We just recently went on a hike with a few friends, and I don't know. I love the beauty of the state.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. What's that resort place that everybody's going now? Was it Broken Bow?
I really want to go there. I've never been to Broken Bow.
Yeah, it's really, and it's diverse too. The Panhandle is completely different, just like Texas Panhandle.
Bonus fact about the Panhandle.
Yes, bring it.
Just a little extra 11th fact, a bonus one for today. Breaking the trivial 10 rules, I guess.
No. My brother brought like 6 at the end, so it's okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That Panhandle originally wasn't part of any U.S. state for the longest time.
Yes.
And wasn't really governed at all.
Yeah.
And I don't know how they decided to put it with Oklahoma, but they had to put it with somewhere because so much crime was going on because they were using it as like almost as like Wild West area to do
it was like a
anything.
refuge for crime.
Yeah.
I remember this.
So that Panhandle, and now I think some people take a picture of like driving through the Panhandle of Oklahoma. It's like something you just do for fun to go through it.
Yeah, you can actually do that instead of going like up to Colorado from Texas. A lot of people go up through the Texas Panhandle and then they'll go into New Mexico and then Colorado. But some people are like, no, we're going to do the Oklahoma Panhandle because it's a novelty, really, and it's only like 20 miles wide or 40 miles wide. It's from north-south distance length. It's like 20 or 40 miles in length. So it's not a huge piece of tract of lands, but you can see it's big enough to where some really weird, awful things could happen if there was no governorship.
Yeah. Now, next time we go see Thompson Grace, we should drive through the Panhandle.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
And they're in Arizona.
Just
for those who don't know.
We would need to plan that out. I don't know if that would be the right route, or route, however you want to say that.
And with that, we will end. But thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, and if you want to learn more about Oklahoma or go visit it, it is a wonderful place.
We're happy to tell you all the great things about it.
Awesome. All right, we'll see you next time. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. See you next time on Trivial 10.